I'm Fred Redford. I've been painting for a little over 60 years, really. Love my job, love the products. This product here that for jams and other spots is just terrific. When you're priming, we all know that you don't clean the area as nice as you do when you're painting, and you have a problem with tape sticking. I can almost guarantee you that this tape will stick. I'm not going to tell you it sticks on dirt, but it does stick nicely. And it does a nice job of not leaving a hard edge with your urethane primers. If you've got a hard edge, that is hard to sand off and make it look presentable. Now when you use this, I'm not going to tell you that it's not going to leave a line, but it's going to leave a soft line that you can get off easier. I'm going to try a little piece on this jam, which we always get this and leave this nice. You take your finger and maybe rub it off, make sure that it is clean. And this is the original right here. You just don't, you want to keep it out here because that primer is terrible to get off. So I'm not going to be real neat. I'm going to put it a little bit on the door edge rather than on the crack like I would for painting. And believe me guys, this stuff is terrific when it comes for priming. You know how hard a straight edge can be with the urethane primer. Now when I close the door, you'll see that it sticks out more, which doesn't matter. See, I can feel that with my finger, which that doesn't matter for priming. It just does not get in the jam. You do not want any primer in the jam if you can help it. You know this, because it's impossible to get, almost impossible to get off. Now on the inside of this jam, you have all of the cars have the flange. Now some flanges go all the way up, but this one doesn't. And so you can stick it, and believe me, this is nice sticky stuff. You could stick it there, but I'm not satisfied with that. So what I will do is just break off a piece and put it out here. Stick it good under here, stick it good there, and you still got a gap right here. So that's not a bother. And you could do this down here also, because that's a vacant area down here. You put that down here, just give it something to stick to, is all it wants. You put the 3/8 tube tape down like this, and now you're stuck to that, and that's going to stay there. But believe me guys, this tube tape is stickier, feels like it, and it acts like it, that it's stickier than regular masking tape. But this is that's the way I would do it, so make sure it won't stay in there and won't get spray dust in it. And you can't feel that, and I would be happy with painting over that. Now if you take that off, you see a line, you can see a line of some sort, but I know from previous use that you can take a mild compound and rub that line off because it's soft. It's not a hard line. On this jam here, I'm going to use a 1/2" tube tape because it's got a wide gap, and if you use the smaller, the original tube tape, you'd have to use probably 2 pieces, which does a nice job also. If you don't have the 1/2" tube tape, you can use the original 2 times, but 1 should do it. And I can't put this down in the crack because the crack is too big, or the crevice down there where I want to get. But like I said, you can adjust this stuff so nice, and once you get it where you want it, it's going to stay there. And this is, I'm going to put this on, let's say for painting, and you will have a line in there. If you and I look at it, you can say, well, it's still a line. Yes, but it's a soft line, and probably some compound will take it off rather than sanding it. And you can see it because the car is a dark color and this is a light color. And right here is a little high. If you take your hand and run down it, you can feel it. If you can feel it, you should just crack the door, open the door, and take your tube tape and just sort of move it in with your finger. As a rule, it won't bother you if it is sticking out a little bit, but I just never do like to feel it when I'm tacking it or washing the car off. And there you go. All right, on the gas tank top, it's such a tedious area to get the mistake out. I found out that original tube tape does very well if it's a smaller one like this. You put the big one in here, the door probably wouldn't close. So you want to halfway, what I do is just take a guess. Okay, I'm going to say that's it, and do that, and start back here, and just lay it in here. Now this has got some little stoppers in there, which all do. How about that? Did perfect. And then just take your thumb, finger, whatever you want to use, and seal it up. Because you know how hard it is to get a urethane primer out of anything. And that looks like it will do it. Now if this doesn't shut, what we do is take this off and take the tube out of the tube tape. And I think that would be pretty decent right there. Too thick, we take the tube out. I don't know if I can get this one out since I've screwed it up. Maybe not. There we go. Or just take this out and just do it again with the new. Of course, you have to use a new piece because it probably got dirt on it and it won't seal as well. But the main thing is to get it all the way around there. You know how to do it to keep the tape, to keep it out, keep your hard edge out. So, but this just cuts it in half. If you've got leftover like that, just put it in there like you want it. But you're always gonna have to do this to suit you and suit the car crack. It's not too alike hardly. And that does feel flush now. But then you see a little bit right here too much. So you just take and roll it in. It doesn't give you a ragged edge, but it gives you a soft line. Just try to remember the soft line rather than a hard line, because you're not going to get a hard line out. And there you go. That would be sufficient to put paint on. Primer, I would come out a little bit more because you got the sandy primer anyway. So, but
so Fred, tell me what you like better about tube tape versus foam tape.
Well, the foam tape, when you put it down in the jam, and you, oh God, I've got to move it, and you pull it, sometimes at the most in-op time, is like when you're getting ready to close the door and get on with the job, you pull it to reseat it, the glue stays on the job and the tape comes off. The foam tape comes off and the glue is still there. Then you got to rub it like so to get the glue off. This is so forgiving. You can take it off, pull it off, jerk it off. Now, just like this, I wasn't real careful putting this on, but if you do it like that, and you say, oh, I can't do this right now. You can do this. That's what I mean by forgiving. You cannot do foam tape like that as quick and as neat. It's going to leave some glue somewhere. Not all the time. I'm not going to knock and say it does it all the time, but when it does it, you're kind of mad because then you got to go rub the glue out. So this tube tape is very forgiving in that respect. Put it on like you want it, because you don't want to stay there all day. But then you can just adjust it like this, and like I said, if that was foam tape and you did that, a lot of times the glue stays on here and the foam ends up in your hand, plus it stretches sometimes. And the tube tape does not stretch, it just sticks good. Now I probably saved, well, let's just say I didn't time myself on this, but I'm going to say I took 25 seconds to do this, to do it with tape. You put the tape down, then you're going to have to go and get some paper or wider tape to redo it. This probably cut your time in half easy. Without a doubt, it would cut it in half. So you could do 2 jams to 1.